Okay, so you want to own a car wash, a little corner lot on a busy road. The machines do the work. Water sprays, brushes spin, cars roll through, and every single one of them hands you $10 or $15 on the way out. You're barely even there. You show up on Friday, empty the register, and drive home. It's a cash business. No inventory that spoils. No product that goes out of style. People will always have cars, and cars will always get dirty. It sounds like the closest thing to a money printing machine you can legally park on 1 acre of dirt. That's the pitch. That's what the guy selling you the equipment says. That's what the late night YouTube gurus tell you right before they sell you a course. Here's what nobody mentions: the reclaim pump that failed on a Saturday in July and shut down your only tunnel for the entire weekend. The water bill that arrived the same month the city announced a drought surcharge. The brand new express wash that opened 800 feet down the road and cut your car count in half. And the quiet fact that the machines you thought would replace employees actually cost more to maintain than the employees ever did. The car wash is one of the most misunderstood businesses in America. On the surface, it looks passive. Underneath, it's a real estate play wearing a service business costume. It's running on a subscription model most owners don't understand, while the industry is being quietly swallowed by private equity, while the little guy still thinks he's buying a cash register on a corner. Some car washes are genuinely spectacular businesses. Some bleed their owners dry while looking busy every single day. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly which kind you're about to buy and why. Before we talk about money, we need to talk about what a car wash actually is, because car wash describes about 4 completely different businesses that happen to involve a wet car. The first is the self-serve, coin-operated bays where the customer does all the work with a wand and a foaming brush. Cheap to build, almost no staff, but the customer is doing the labor. You're renting them a parking space with plumbing. The second is the in-bay automatic. One car pulls in, the machine moves over it, the customer waits inside their vehicle. You find these bolted onto gas stations. Low throughput, 1 car at a time, 3 or 4 minutes each. The third is the express exterior tunnel. This is the model that has taken over America. The car gets pulled through a long tunnel on a conveyor while the customer sits inside and comes out in about 3 minutes. High volume, low labor, and, this is the important part, sold on a monthly membership. The fourth is the full service, or flex wash, where a crew hand dries and details the interior. More revenue per car, but you've just rehired the entire staff you were trying to avoid. These are not the same business. They share a zip code and a water bill and almost nothing else financially. One is a semi-passive real estate rental and the other is a high-volume subscription business that lives and dies on throughput. This video focuses mostly on the express exterior tunnel, the one everyone is building, the one private equity is buying. The largest cost of owning a car wash is not the equipment. It's not the chemicals. It's the dirt underneath it. And depending on where you build, that number ranges from painful to absurd. An express tunnel wash needs land. Not just any land, a high visibility corner on a road with heavy daily traffic. Ideally, with an easy in and out so people don't have to fight a left turn across 4 lanes to give you money. That's the same land every fast food chain, pharmacy, and bank wants. You're competing with McDonald's. A usable 1 to 1.5 acre commercial pad runs anywhere from $800,000 to well over $3 million. Then you build a modern express tunnel, building, canopy, pay stations, vacuum lot, site work, drainage, permits. Runs $3 to $7 million all in before a single car rolls through. The tunnel equipment alone, conveyor, arches, dryers, chemical delivery, is $500,000 to over $1 million. Here's the trap that gets new buyers. They look at cheaper land on a quieter road and think, bargain. But a quiet road means fewer cars, and this entire business is a throughput machine. Cheap land is cheap because the traffic isn't there. Without traffic, the most expensive tunnel in the world just washes air. Let's do the math. Say you build a single express tunnel for $5 million all in. To justify that, you need volume. 60, 80, 100,000 cars a year through one tunnel. That is a machine that has to stay fed every single day the sun is out. The first lesson, the price of the location and the profitability of the location are 2 completely different numbers. You bought the land. You built the tunnel. You think you own a car wash. What you actually own is a very expensive building full of water, the single most complicated thing about this business. First, the water. A single express tunnel can use 30 to 80 gallons per car. At 100,000 cars a year, you are moving millions of gallons. In most of the country, you can't just dump that soapy, chemical-laden water into the storm drain. It's illegal. So you need a water reclamation system that captures, filters, and recycles it. That system costs tens of thousands to install and needs constant maintenance. The moment it clogs, you're either shut down or breaking environmental law. In drought-prone states, water surcharges and usage caps can throttle the exact thing your revenue depends on. Second, the equipment that never stops breaking. A tunnel is a wet, chemical-soaked, mechanical environment running hundreds of cycles a day. Conveyor rollers wear out, brushes shred, dryer bearings fail, pumps burn out, chemical lines clog. You'll need a maintenance budget of tens of thousands a year, and someone who can fix a broken conveyor at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. Saturday is when you make a third of your week's money. A tunnel down on Saturday loses the whole day. Third, the vacuums. Every express wash gives away free self-serve vacuums as part of the membership pitch. Those industrial vacuum systems, the canopy, and the lot are a real capital cost that generates zero direct revenue. They're not a profit center, they're bait. Fourth, chemicals. Soaps, waxes, sealants, tire shine, drying agents. Chemical cost runs 40 cents to $1 plus per car, and it scales with every single car. Sounds trivial until you multiply it across 100,000 washes. Add utilities for pumps, dryers, and heated water. Add property taxes on a commercial corner. Add insurance. Add the payment processing fees that skim every membership charge. A new owner can burn through a fortune keeping the building operational before understanding where the money actually comes from. Here's where it gets interesting, because the way a modern car wash makes money is completely different from how it looks. The first and most obvious layer is the retail wash. A customer drives up, pays $10 to $20, and leaves. This is what everyone pictures, and it is, quietly, the worst way to run this business. Because retail customers are unpredictable. They come when it's sunny. They vanish when it rains. They wash before a road trip, and then not again. For a month. If retail is your whole business, your revenue swings with the weather, and the weather answers to nobody. The second layer changed everything. The unlimited membership. For $20 to $40 a month, the customer can wash their car as often as they want. This single idea rewired the entire industry. Now you're not selling car washes. You're selling a subscription. That $20 customer who came twice a year becomes a $30 a month member paying you $360 a year. And here's the beautiful part. They often wash less than they think they will. You get paid every month whether it rains, whether they show up, whether they even still own the car. The revenue arrives on the first of the month automatically, like a gym collecting from members who never come in. That is the entire secret. The good ones aren't measured by cars washed. They're measured by members enrolled. A wash with 3,000 members at $30 a month has $90,000 landing every single month. That's over $1 million a year of subscription income from a business people think of as a cash register on a corner. The third layer is add-ons and detailing. Ceramic coatings, interior cleaning, the premium wash package. Higher margin, but labor heavy. Pulling you back toward the staffing costs the express model was built to escape. The fourth layer nobody thinks about. Everything that isn't the wash. Vending, air fresheners, leasing excess land. The counterintuitive truth, the members who wash the least are the most profitable. The members who wash every day cost you water, chemicals, and wear for a fixed $30. Your best customer is the one who signs up, forgets, and keeps paying. Just like a gym. You are not really in the car wash business. You are in the subscription business, and the tunnel is just the reason people sign up. Now here's the structural problem at the heart of this business. The one thing that separates people who understand it from people who get destroyed by it. Your costs are almost entirely fixed. The land payment, the equipment loan, the insurance, the base staff, the reclaim system. Those bills arrive every month, no matter how many cars you wash. Your revenue, if you've built it right, is the membership base. This entire business is a race to a break-even number of members. Everything below that line is loss, and everything above it is nearly pure profit. That's what makes it beautiful and what makes it brutal. A wash that hits its member target prints money because the next member costs almost nothing to serve. The tunnel is already built, already staffed, already running. But a wash that stalls below break even bleeds every month while looking perfectly busy on a sunny Saturday. Being busy and being profitable are not the same thing. A line of cars means nothing if half of them are members washing for the fourth time this week at a marginal loss. And then there's the trap that has swallowed entire markets: saturation. Because the express model is so replicable and so attractive to investors, washes get overbuilt. When your corner starts printing money, someone with more capital buys the land 800 feet away and builds a shinier tunnel and undercuts your membership by $5. Now you're both fighting for the same finite number of cars, splitting a market that only ever supported one profitable wash. Corridors where 4 or 5 express tunnels sit within a mile of each other, all discounting, all quietly underwater, all waiting to see who runs out of cash first. What the membership model gives you in stable revenue, oversupply takes right back through the windshield. If you want to understand car wash economics from the inside, you don't need a spreadsheet. You need to watch what happened when serious money noticed this business. For decades, car washes were mom-and-pop operations. One owner, 1 or 2 sites, a local name on the sign. Then the smart money did the math on that recurring revenue and saw something the mom-and-pops never priced: predictability. Subscription income that shows up rain or shine, in good economies and bad. Because a $30 wash membership is the last thing people cancel and the first thing they forget. It's nearly recession-proof. People keep their cars longer in a downturn, which means they want to protect them. So the private equity roll-up began, and it's still going. Firms started buying up independent washes by the dozen, slapping a single brand on them, converting everyone to the unlimited membership model and stacking members. Mr. Car Wash grew into hundreds of locations and went public. Driven Brands folded car washes in alongside its other auto services empire. Franchise systems like Tommy's Express started selling the tunnel-in-a-box dream to new operators. Regional chains got assembled and flipped every few years. Here's the part that reveals what this business really is. A single car wash, sold on its own, might trade for 5 to 7 times its annual profit. But a platform of 30 or 40 washes under one brand can sell for 12 to 15 times that same profit. Same tunnels, same members, same water bills. But bundled together, each dollar of profit is suddenly worth twice as much to a buyer. That gap, buying small sites cheap and selling the assembled platform at a premium, is called multiple arbitrage. It is the actual business the smart operators are running. They're not really selling clean cars. They're manufacturing a subscription business at one price and selling it at another. If billionaires and buyout firms are piling into car washes, it's not because they love the smell of tire shine. The membership base is the asset, the real estate is the collateral, and the clean car is just the thing that gets someone to sign up. Let's build a real scenario, not a worst case, not a dream. A single express tunnel on a decent suburban road. Land, 1¼ acres on a good corner, 2 million. Building, site work, canopy, and vacuum lot, 2 million. Tunnel equipment and reclaim system, 1 million. Call it $5 million all in. Say you finance 70% of it. At current interest rates, your debt service lands around $350,000 to $400,000 a year before you've washed a single car. Now the good year. Your wash is well located and you've spent 2 years building the membership base. You've got 3,500 active members at an average of $28 a month. That's roughly $1.25 million a year in recurring membership revenue. Add retail washes on top. The non-members, the tourists, the road trippers. Another 400,000. Total revenue around 1.6 million. Operating costs: labor, chemicals, water, power, maintenance, insurance, taxes, fees. Run maybe 7 to 800,000. That leaves operating profit around 800,000. Subtract your debt service and you're clearing 3 to 400,000 in cash on a single site, while the land underneath you quietly appreciates. That's the dream, and it's real, and it happens. Now the bad year. You built on a road quieter than the traffic study promised. A competitor opened a mile away and you had to drop your membership from $30 to $22. Your member count stalled at 1,800 instead of the 3,500 you underwrote. That's under 500,000 in membership revenue. A rainy spring gutted retail. Meanwhile, a reclaim pump failed. The conveyor needed a rebuild and your water surcharge went up. Revenue lands around 700,000. Your fixed costs barely moved because they never do. So operating costs still ran 650,000. Subtract that same 400,000 in debt service and you're 300,000 underwater on the year, feeding a business that still looks busy every sunny Saturday. The gap between those 2 years is over $500,000, driven almost entirely by two things you don't control: how many members you hold and how many competitors decide your corner looks profitable. The costs are fixed, the membership base is everything. So, does owning a car wash actually work? It depends entirely on which car wash, and the gap between the good outcome and the bad one is enormous. If you own a well-located express tunnel with a deep membership base on a road nobody can easily build next to, you own one of the best small businesses in America. Recurring revenue, low labor, appreciating real estate, and a buyer pool of private equity firms waiting to pay you a premium multiple the day you want out. If you own an underfed tunnel on a mediocre road in a saturated corridor, you own a $5 million machine that turns water into losses while looking busy enough to fool you for years. Here's the thing the guy selling you the equipment will never say. The car wash was never really about the car. The tunnel is the cover charge, the membership base is the business, and the land underneath it is what actually makes you wealthy, slowly, over years. Through subscription cash flow, real estate appreciation, and a buyout multiple that rewards you for building something predictable. The romance of the passive money machine on the corner is a fantasy. The economics are a subscription business with a plumbing problem. The people who win here are the ones who understood that from day one and built their member list like their fortune depended on it, because it does.